plate. Number 8 has been a problem in the last 2 games. Just what is it about him that gives you guys problems?
Well, I think he's just a good shooter. I think he's a good shooter. They look for him. I mean, it's guys that can shoot there. I think along with number 8, I can't think of his name, at Indiana State, both guys at 6'5". And there's a lot of guys, of course, that can shoot the ball in this league, but I think both of those guys at 6'5", they catch boom, boom, up and down. I mean, once they touch their fingertips, it's up. And they do a great job of keeping it high and releasing it. So you have to really identify those guys early and get them off their block. And, yeah, I mean, but he shoots it, he keeps moving, he stays aggressive. And they look for him as well. They scream for him, look for him. That's part of being a good team.
Coach, we see how close this team is each time they're in a one-possession game, right? But it doesn't after these close losses. How do you guys keep bringing them back and fighting for losing the growing team?
I just think the coaching staff to prepare teams every game practice. It's just a part of it. You prepare. I mean, because again, we never go into it and okay, let's just try to get. You put yourself in position to win the game. We know there's areas where we got to be really tight and buy some time in some areas. It's important to keep Mike out of foul trouble because he's a post presence. We're able to get shots that way. He's almost like a point guard. And it's part of it. And then we just got to be defensive because sometimes there's some areas where we're short. We got to make sure we tighten the screws, keep pressuring the ball, help side defense, all that. And then, you know, you got to get the rebounds and block out. I think the last 9 or so games we've done a great job of winning the rebound battles. Area I applaud with our size, a lack of size in some areas. We do a good job of trying to battle and compete. Yeah.
Just we talked last week, over the week.
How's what been? Recruiting?
Recruiting. And just looking at just the targets and what you're trying to build for to try to get this more competitive next year during a
it's good. Season. It's good. Well, I think we are competitive. You mean wins. So there's a difference, yes. Yeah, just recruiting's going well. Yeah, it is.
And then what's kind of different when you go about it for a new league? Just is there any, just what do you?
You get ball players. You get guys that fit what you're trying to do. That's the most important thing. It's not necessarily let's recruit for this league. If you recruit who you are as a coach and your staff, and that's what we try to identify more than anything. But it's not necessarily a league. Basketball is basketball, in my opinion. You get guys that understand what you're trying to do, how hard they need to play. You got to get size, you got to get length, you got to get playmakers, you got to get decision makers. Yeah.
And just kind of looking at the guys that you did sign so far. Trey Williams, of course, might be the best player in St. Louis right now, and just the level of things that are that's as good of a recruit as probably we've seen in a few years here. Just what is it about the trajectory of things just to try to build that up to where you are competing for championships?
Well, I think for us to turn around and be quick, just in terms of guys we're recruiting, that's really not something I worry about in terms of the guys we're recruiting and getting. I think we'll be fine there. It's just a matter of getting the pieces together, understand the level you got to play, how hard you got to play. The summertime always is very important. Weightlifting, building relationships, the camaraderie with the coaching staff, and just do what we need to do. Because I respect the fact that how hard these guys that play for us right now. But of course, we got to take it to another level, and we will. Yeah.
Coach, we got a game coming up. Obviously, Saturday, another road game. Since the overall record wasn't great, but here at home, right, it was tough. What do you say to the people that still continue to come out here and?
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm glad you brought that up. I appreciate it, man. I never take those things for granted because you can spend your money anywhere where you choose to, and they chose to be a part of this. So I always appreciate that. And you know, I even said to one of our coordinators, I said, take a picture of the video when we're coming out. As you come out the locker room, and you know you didn't see a lot of people. I said, take a picture and video and send it to me. Because that'll flip when you have people in there at a high level. But I've always appreciated people that attend the games because, again, you don't have to do anything. So you made a decision. Let me go see these guys. Let me continue to support these guys, and I appreciate that. I might not say it every time I step up here, but I don't take those things for granted because, again, those are your financial resources, and you decide, let me go attend this game. So I appreciate that.
They
Yes.
still do until the end. And they were pretty loud there.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, I've seen this place at the level, and it'll get there. I mean, that's not a question in my mind to get there, to get at a high level, and then again. But I don't want to take for granted that the people that were there during these times, because it means a lot. It means a lot to me as a competitor. Yes.